CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday. North Bay police have laid charges in the death of a 3-month-old in January. Emergency crews responded to a call January 13th on Lavaz Road, where they found a child who initially had no vital signs. Paramedics took the child to hospital with life-threatening injuries, where the baby died 6 days later. Today, police have charged a man and a woman with manslaughter, assault causing bodily harm, and failure to provide the necessities of life. Police are not confirming if the man and woman are related to the child. Police in Sault Ste. Marie are investigating a death at a correctional facility today. The call came in just after 9:30 this morning. Police say one person died suddenly this morning at the Algoma Treatment and Remand Center. There are no further details, but the investigation is ongoing. Moving now to the weather. It was a cool one this morning. Plenty of frost out there. Is this the trend going forward? For more details, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman.
I just hope it's a one and done, Tony, as they say in the majors. But again, rather brisk this morning, to say the least. Our forecast systems map right now brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. Well, for tomorrow, we've got some increasing cloud and, of course, precipitation in the forecast as that system moves into northeastern Ontario. We'll take a look at what's happening with your long weekend forecast. Thanksgiving coming up just a couple of days. Bit of a revision according to Environment Canada. Tony, I talked about anything possibly changing, that risk of precipitation at 30 to 40%. We'll take a look at some of the numbers and see what plays out for the next couple of days. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. The shelter-in-place order has been lifted for a First Nation near Geraldton. Anishinaabe Police and OPP say they responded to shots being fired on Ganugaming First Nation yesterday and found one person dead and another with injuries. The suspects are still at large, but police said in a news release this afternoon the situation has stabilized and we're lifting the shelter-in-place order. For the latest on this story and for more news from the north, visit CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Ontario's Premier was on Manitoulin Island today for several announcements, including the next step in replacing the historic swing bridge at Little Current. We get more from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
This is the only road crossing onto Manitoulin Island. This single-lane historic swing bridge is about to be replaced.
We just got to go full steam at it and do whatever it takes to get the bridge there, because this is an economic corridor. Changes people's lives.
Now it's considered an Ontario heritage site. Locals and travelers alike know the lifeline that bridge brings to the island for now and over the last several decades.
Premier Doug Ford was in Little Current to announce the detailed design contract for the replacement bridge has been awarded to Stantec Consulting.
We're very excited to see this next step take place, and as everybody on the island knows, it's become the topic of the day. It's no longer saying it's a sunny, bright day. It's how's that bridge going today? So I'm really happy to have this happen.
The $9 million project will replace the 112-year-old single-lane bridge with a wider 2-lane structure, which is still expected to swing for boat traffic. Those who call Manitoulin home say it opens up more possibilities for infrastructure to move across.
People are looking at modular homes, and right now they can't fit across that bridge. It costs extra for homeowners to purchase those modular units to create homes for themselves.
We need that extra width because sometimes the engineers have expanded to the point where the old bridge cannot accommodate. They got to come by barge or they've got to be broke down into pieces.
The Premier says construction will begin early next year.
So we'll keep the one open until the other one gets built. I can't wait to come back. No, this is historic stuff happening.
During peak summer months, 4,500 vehicles cross the bridge daily, and it's the only road access onto the island. So the replacement will improve traffic operations for residents and tourists alike. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Little Current.
Premier Ford started his visit to Manitoulin Island in Wikwemikong. He announced funding for a long-awaited redevelopment of a nursing home. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
3, 2, 1. Shovels are in the ground. The province has announced a $45 million investment through the Capital Funding Program.
This means we are building 58,000 new and redeveloped beds across the province of Ontario. but even here in this beautiful community. I want you to know that there are many other Indigenous projects that are coming through this ministry, and we will continue that partnership and that hard work of reconciliation and repatriation and bringing elders home.
The new Esquimalt nursing home will replace the community's existing home, which was set to expire this year.
I pleaded to the government stating, if we don't get the funding for this long-term care facility, those elders who were removed as children will get removed a second time as elders. Our current facility is still equipped to house our elders. So the ministry did extend our license for another couple of years until the new build is completed.
The new facility expands the nursing home from 56 to 96 beds.
And I can't wait to come back and see the actual elders home, because as you've heard over and over again, nothing means more to all of us than our elders, our parents, our grandparents. And as you've heard many times, they're the ones who built communities that took care of us. And as Natalia and everyone else said, it's our turn now to make something beautiful.
Chief Almanica says construction will begin spring of 2026 with the hopes of moving residents from this facility to the new site by 2028. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Esquimalt.
And the Premier concluded his visit in Gore Bay today, announcing funding for another long-term care home, St. Joseph's Lodge. That build will have 64 new modern beds and feature services such as optometry, a hair salon, and spiritual care. It's under construction and is expected to welcome its first residents in 2027. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. But first, let us head to downtown Timmins. This is a live webcam courtesy of the city. It's sunny and 13 degrees. We are back in just a few minutes.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Hey, how about those Blue Jays? We can take it easy for a couple of days until they start playing on Sunday. Way to go. The evil empire is gone. Something that may be evil in your minds, the weather, inclement weather with rain. Let's take a look at forecast radar. System moving into the northeast, so a little wet this weekend in some cases. We'll take a look at the breakdown momentarily, but there is a system moving in with the chance of showers. And Thanksgiving Monday, we'll take a look and see what happens here. Here we go. With our boards right now. Okay, we're going to change screens and take a look and see what happens here. Meanwhile, we've got for tomorrow as I move to the side, chance of showers in Greater Sudbury at 30% for tomorrow and on Saturday, 14-16, some cloud cover on Sunday, holiday Monday, cloud cover again, and Tuesday we've got the chance of showers. Meanwhile, a look now at Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Showers in the forecast tomorrow at 14. Chance of showers on Saturday. 15 your high. 17 on Sunday. Some sun and cloud. Monday, we've got the chance of showers. 30 to 40%. 16 your high. And Tuesday, chance of showers once again. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, chance of showers for tomorrow at 13. 16 on Saturday with the cloud. Sun and cloud on Sunday at 18. Monday, some sun and cloud. It's not going to rain on Thanksgiving Monday in Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, at least right now. 16 your high. Tuesday, chance of showers and 14. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, chance of showers for tomorrow and Saturday. 40% tomorrow, 30% on Saturday. Sun and cloud on Sunday at 17. 17 your high on Monday. Some sun and cloud, no rain. Way to go. I like that. Tuesday, we've got the chance of showers at 30% with a high of 15. And North Bay, West Nipissing, chance of showers 40% tomorrow at 16, 30% Saturday at 16 as well. Sun and cloud Sunday 17 and no rain Monday. That's a good sign. 18 your high with the sun and cloud. Tuesday back to the chance of showers at 30%, 15 degrees. Tony? A little bit of a correction here with our weather monitors, but anyways, I can safely say it's better than what we had yesterday with showers in the forecast for Thanksgiving Day Monday, so it looks for the most part We're going to get some cloud or some sun and cloud, which is a good sign. Back to you.
Thanks so much for that, Rick. Striking postal workers in North Bay joined their colleagues across Canada picketing in front of Purolator offices today. According to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Canada Post has been shifting business to its subsidiary, Purolator, which continues to deliver parcels amid the postal strike. The latest job action was sparked when the federal government announced it would end daily door-to-door delivery over the next 10 years in favor of community mailboxes, plus other cost-saving measures. The union opposes the changes, and we'll have more on this story at 6 o'clock. At a Timmins Police Service Board meeting today, the chief shared where the organization stands when it comes to all-terrain vehicles on municipal roads. He also says a recent change to the way courts manage security is adding pressure to staffing levels. CTV's Lydia Chubak has that story.
Police Chief Sidney Leckie was asked to look into whatever statistics the Timmins Police Service has on all-terrain vehicles, and he filed his report to the board today. Last year, 23 official complaints were made to the Timmins Police Service about all-terrain vehicles in the municipality, and so far this year there's been 19. He says while the number of complaints and offences issued by police are relatively low, that doesn't mean ATV-related crimes are not happening.
It is something I have heard from our community members, especially in the South End when I'm out and about.
He says he looked into a past report presented to Timmins Council by former Chief John Gauthier 5 years ago and says the Timmins Police Service maintains the same view as it did then.
Timmins Police Service is not supportive of ATVs on city streets, and whether it's ATVs or off-road vehicles. I think from a public safety perspective, it is not a wise thing to do, in my opinion. We are the ones who deal with the complaints, and we deal with the collisions and all that comes from it. So our position hasn't changed. It remains the same, that we are not supportive.
He says his report will be forwarded to council. The chief also highlighted how a recent provincial change to increase security measures at courthouses has added a financial pressure on the service.
It adds pressure because we need resources to be able to, human resources, our special constables to be able to man those locations, a little bit longer operating hours, and that means we need more people to be able to do that.
The chief says there is an added challenge in the city because there are courthouses in multiple locations, including one inside a mall. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
It's facing a new challenge coming up on CTV News at 5. An animal rescue facility in Greater Sudbury is no longer accepting wildlife that need veterinary care. The Turtle Pond Wildlife Center in the Greater Sudbury community of Valcarin is facing a new challenge. A lack of veterinary services for the wildlife it cares for means it can no longer take in animals that require vet services, with the exception of reptiles. CTV's Alan Everson reports.
Turtle Pond Wildlife Center founder Gloria Morissette feeds a saw-whet owl with a wing injury. It's healing, but the center can no longer take in animals that require veterinary services like examinations, x-rays, or pain management.
Our wonderful vet that I've worked with for 10 years is, I've finally worn her out, and she'd like to take a step back and just reduce the species of animals that she deals with.
Morissette says it leaves a void, providing services for animals and birds, but the vet will continue treating reptiles.
Because we don't have the ability to treat trauma cases, especially, severely hurt or animals that, require a humane euthanasia, we can't provide those services right now.
Katrina Vandelite is an animal caregiver and has seen many animals recover and grow from being orphans. She says it's rewarding.
The best part is to see them come in, and you get to see them progress, and then you release them back out into the wild, and yeah, it's what I'm here for.
Morissette says she is hopeful in time the center can return to caring for all wild animals that need care.
What I would really like to see happen is multiple vets get involved, where it's not going to be such a burden on one individual. Vets are strapped here in Sudbury as well as across the province.
Right now, the center has 140 orphaned, injured, and sick animals under care and maintenance. Alana Everson, CTV News, Valcarin.
The skies over Sudbury's Health Sciences North were filled with Cape Crusaders last night. The Superheroes for Little Heroes event raises money for pediatric care and brings joy to even the smallest of patients. CTV's Amanda Hicks has more.
It's not a bird, it's not a plane, but it is for a good cause. Making its high-flying return is Superheroes for Little Heroes, where a large crowd gathered hoping to catch a glimpse of their favorite caped crusader.
I was Spider-Man. Spider-Man or Wonder Woman? Spider-Man. I like the Superman. Superhero, what do you like? Spider-Man? Lots of them? Lots of them.
Behind the masks are Sudbury police officers who trade their tactical gear for capes. Their mission is to repel the side of Health Sciences North to bring joy to the crowd outside and the children inside the hospital who are fighting battles of their own.
I get the satisfaction of being that hero that everyone loves going down on ropes, so it's an honor to take that kind of superhero picture that kids look up to.
I think everybody is super in their own way. And I think no matter what challenges our youth are facing today, they have super amazing qualities, and we need to celebrate that with our youth as well as with our adults.
And it wasn't just two-legged heroes taking part. For the first time, a member of the K-9 unit participated with help from his handler. While the event is meant to bring the community together, it also doubles as a fundraiser in support of pediatric care.
The money is going to some priority items and equipment that will help keep kids closer to home, because that is our priority here, is to make sure that kids aren't traveling down when they're unwell and staying here close in the community.
We often say, you know, you need to see beyond the uniform, see us as humans that live in this community, and we're looking to build relationships not only with the community but with our youth.
The Superheroes for Little Heroes event have been grounded since 2019 due to the pandemic, and what a comeback this year was with its highest turnout yet. Organizers say they already have a big surprise in store for next year. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
So, have you ever used artificial intelligence? Most likely ChatGPT. When we return, there's a lot of talk about OpenAI creating its own operating system. Technology is always evolving, so what is making news this week? For that answer, Ritesh Kotak, cybersecurity and tech analyst, now joins us from Whistler, BC. Hi there, Ritesh.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm doing well. OpenAI wants to build the next era of the web. Tell us more.
So this is something that they've been working on for a while. Essentially what it is we've all used ChatGPT by now or are familiar with it. But imagine other apps building on top of it. And just like an app store, you start getting an ecosystem of app after app after app. Everything from doing digital creation to being able to commercialize content by creating songs to your favorite playlist. The list just goes on, and this is one of the big plays of OpenAI, of commercializing their technology to the point where a lot of people are predicting maybe they're going to come out with their own operating system at some time. So we have Windows, we got Mac, we have Linux. Could we start seeing potentially an OpenAI operating system? That's what everyone's talking about, and this is where OpenAI is most likely headed.
Okay, Health Canada has approved Apple Watch hypertension notifications. Could your watch save your life?
Your watch could essentially save your life now. This is something that's been approved by Health Canada. Essentially, it uses a sensor that detects blood flow, and when you start, it takes this reading over 30 days, and if it detects higher blood pressure or hypertension, you get an alert to go see a medical professional. And one of the big issues around this is a lot of people live with high blood pressure, may not be aware of it. And this type of technology is looking at how do we make people healthier, safer, and it goes beyond hypertension and high blood pressure. We now also have sleep apnea, noise detection, fall detection. These are all things that your watch is going to be able to do.
Okay, finally, a Warman, Saskatchewan man is creating 3D printed devices to improve accessibility for others. Tell our viewers more.
I love this story. This is where technology is being leveraged for really good purposes. So an individual is able to use a 3D printer. Now, these were thousands of dollars previously, but now you can get 3D printers for a few $100s. And it's very simple to go in and just like writing a letter or a document and hitting the print button, you essentially create a model. And it's getting even easier to create models. People are sharing these models. And when you hit print, instead of it being a 1D or a 2D image or a document, it actually turns into something that you can use. And people are using this to create devices to help assist with accessibility, prosthetics, as well, and the list just goes on, and there's a community around it. So I think that this is a technology that we're going to see getting better, higher adoption, and clearly there's some good use cases coming out of it.
What a great idea. Ritesh, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. By the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, and happy Thanksgiving.
Ritesh Kotak joined us from Whistler, BC, and to see more of our Tech Talk segments, don't forget, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up is from Parry Sound. The OPP Youth Foundation received $100,000 from the estate of Frank Richmond. Cheryl and David Andrews presented the check because she says as a teen, her uncle made her fall in love with the Parry Sound area. Cheryl says her uncle wanted the money to help others. We are off to Sault Ste. Marie. Bruce Lee sent us this photograph of the Root River chutes. He says looking down the river, enjoying the colors of the trees and the reflections in the water. Thanks so much, Bruce. We are off to Swastika near Kirkland Lake. Ramon Bourgeois says from her front yard, she can see this beautiful red barn that her neighbor built recently. It is so nice and bright red. Great picture, Ramon. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can always email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. But for now, folks, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.